Okay, we are live now.
Hello everyone, welcome back.
Hi everyone. Just wait, it is connecting. Yeah. So hi everyone. Let us know in the comment section that we are audible or not and the screen is visible or not. Then we start the today's live session. The live session is related to Cognizant technical assessment test. Okay. So we have questions of coding section, we have questions of SQL. So we will discuss all the questions, okay, in the today's session. Lokesh, can you show the questions PDF PPT?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's wait for like 2 to 3 minutes, then we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
start.
Just open this so candidates will see that. Okay. Good evening. Good evening, Srikar. Okay. Can you open the second slide, Lokesh? Okay. So guys, we have questions of coding. Okay, we have coding question, we have SQL question. As we know that in the Cognizant examination, there is a technical cluster 1, cluster 2. So we have these important topics and we are starting the series from now. Okay. So yes, Lokesh, good to go. Start the session.
Okay.
Thank you so
So
much.
yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back. So from today onwards, we will be conducting the classes for technical section of Cognizant 2024 on campus examination. So in this year, Cognizant has changed its the exam pattern. So in this year, they have introduced two clusters, that is cluster one and cluster two. Okay. So the cluster one is based upon you can say Java. There's three section in cluster one: Java, SQL, and Web UI. Okay. So cluster one consists of three sections, that is a Java, SQL, and Web UI. And cluster two consists of Python, SQL, and Cloud MCQs. Okay, so these are the pattern of cluster one and cluster two. So cluster one consists of coding question. You have to solve the coding question in Java. Then you have to write the queries in SQL, and there is a Web UI question. Okay, so in cluster one, 85% of the question is from Java and SQL, and remaining 15% of the question is from Web UI. Okay, guys, this is cluster one. Now talking about cluster two. In cluster two, 65% of the question is from SQL. Okay, and remaining question are from Cloud MCQs and Python coding. Okay, so you have to select one cluster. Either you can select cluster one and cluster two. If you are good in SQL, then I will suggest to go for cluster two, and if you are good in Java, then go for cluster one. Okay, guys, clear? So this is all about cluster one and cluster two. You have to select either one. That is, if you are proficient in Java, then go for cluster one. And if you're proficient in Java, sorry, Python and SQL, then go for cluster two. Okay, guys, clear? Clear, guys? Any doubts in cluster one and cluster two? Guys, let me know in the comments if you have any doubts related to cluster one and cluster two. Okay, so yeah, you can see these are the important topics in cluster one and cluster two. So cluster one consists of three sections, and the time for the same is 120 minutes. And in Java coding, you can expect question from problem solving, searching, sorting, string arrays, collection, control flow, working with data, exceptional handling, and object oriented programming. Okay, and for the SQL part, the question will be like DDL, data definition language, data manipulation language, data control language, and transaction language. Okay, and the question will be from constraints, the SQL operators, the SQL functions, clauses, joins, and subqueries and views. Okay, and in the web UI, you can expect the question from HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so this is all about cluster one. Cluster two consists of three sections, and the time for the same will be 105 minutes. In Python coding, you can expect question from data structures, functions, object-oriented programming, file handling, libraries, modules, and exception handling. Okay, and this SQL part is a common between cluster one and cluster two. Okay,
Lokesh, we
and
have question.
yeah, what
What
if
if
I don't have idea both know 50%? Okay, if you know 50%, 50% both, then I would recommend you to go with Python. Okay, Okay, because Python is easier as compared to Java. So I will recommend you to go for Python if you know 50-50%. Okay. Yeah, so in cluster 2 you can expect question from Python. These are the important topics, and the SQL part is common between cluster 1 and cluster 2. Okay, and in cluster 2 they have introduced the cloud fundamental. There is only MCQs of cloud fundamentals, like introduction to cloud computing, different cloud services, deployment models, virtualization, cloud providers, and basic cloud services. Okay, clear guys? Can we start like the today's class? Yes, no guys, anything? Okay, so in today's class we will be solving like two coding question. Okay, we'll be solving two coding question plus one SQL query. Okay guys, clear? Okay, so in today's class we will be discussing two coding question, okay, and one SQL question. Okay, and and the coding question is same for cluster 1 and cluster 2. Okay, in cluster 1 you have to solve the coding question in Java, and in cluster 2 you have to solve the coding question in Python. Okay guys, clear? Can we start with the first question? Guys, can we start with the first question, guys? Yes, no, anything in the chat, guys? Can we start for the first question? Okay, so let's start. So this is the first question. Okay, so first we will read out the question. Given a set of numbers, one can arrange them in any order, but must pay a penalty equal to the sum of absolute difference between the adjacent numbers. Okay, return the minimum penalty that must be paid. Okay, so this is the question. The input specification are input 1, that is the length of array. The first line consists of the input 1, that is the length of the array, and the second line contains the element of array. Okay, so this is the output format. We have to print the minimum penalty that we have to pay. Okay, so this is the sample test case. So here n value is 3 and the elements of array are 1, 3 and 2. Okay, so in the question what it is asking for, it is asking for to return the minimum penalty. Okay, and penalty is equal to the sum of the absolute difference. Okay, there is two things in the question. First we need to calculate the minimum penalty. Okay, and second thing, the definition of penalty is sum of difference of adjacent element. This is the previous year question, guys. Okay, okay, yeah. So let me take you over the whiteboard. So yeah, so in the question what we are given is we are given a value of n, that is n is equals to 3, and the elements of ARR is 1, 3 and 2. Okay, and we have to return minimum penalty. Minimum penalty we have to return. Okay, and the definition of penalty is absolute difference between the adjacent element. Okay, you can see the difference between 3 and 1 is 3 minus 1 plus the difference between the adjacent element are 2 minus 3, or you can say 3 minus 2. We have to return the absolute difference. Okay, okay, so 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 3 minus 2 is 1. So here the answer is 3, but it is not minimum. Okay, this is one of the possible answer. Okay, so what if we can sort this array? Okay, because we have to return the minimum absolute difference. Okay, and the difference will be minimum if the adjacent elements are equal or approximately equal. Okay, so what we can do is we will sort the array. Okay, so after sorting the array becomes 1, 2 and 3. Okay, we will be using sorting here because we need to calculate the minimum difference. Okay, and the difference will be minimum if the adjacent elements are equal and or the approximately equal. Okay, you can see here the difference is like minimum. You can see the difference between 1 and 2 is 1, and the difference between 3 and 2 is 1. So our final answer is 1 plus 1, that is 2. This is the minimum answer. Okay, we need to return the minimum difference. Okay, that's why we will be using sorting here. Clear guys, any doubts? Let's take one more example, that is n value is 5 and the elements of ARR is, you can see, 1 3 4 2 and 5. Okay, so what is the answer guys? What is the answer for this test case? What is the minimum penalty for this test case guys? Just put your answer in the chat. Guys, just put your answer in the chat, like what is the minimum penalty for this test case? Okay, 8. Any other answers? 5. Okay, I got two answers, that is 8 and 5. Any other answers guys? 5. Okay, let's see. Any other answer guys? What is the answer for this test case? N value is 5 and the elements of array are 1 3 4 2 5. 4. Okay. Okay, any other answers guys? I got three answers, 8 5 and 4. Any other answers guys? What is the minimum penalty for this test case? 4. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to calculate the minimum penalty. Okay, and for calculating the minimum penalty we have to sort the array. Okay, so after sorting, our array become 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, this is the array after sorting. Okay, and then what we have to do is we have to calculate the absolute difference between the elements. Okay, that is 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, then 4 minus 3 is 1, and 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, so our overall answer become 2 plus 2, that is equals to 4. 4 is the correct answer for this test case. No, 8 is incorrect, 4 is the correct answer. No guys, 4 is the correct answer, because you need to calculate the minimum difference. Okay, and for calculating a minimum difference we have to sort the array. Okay, so after sorting it will become 1 2 3 4 and 5, and then we have to calculate the absolute difference between the elements, that is 2 minus 1 is 1, 3 minus 2 is again 1, 4 minus 3 is again 1, and 5 minus 4 is again 1. Okay, so our overall answer became 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is equals to 4. 4 is the correct answer for this test case. Clear guys, any doubts? Clear guys, any doubts in the question? Any doubts? Any doubts guys? Okay, so let's implement the same in Python. Okay, so first I'll be solving the question in Python, then we can solve in Java also. Okay, so the logics remains the same. There is just like the syntax difference. Okay, the logics remains the same in both of the languages, guys. Okay, so don't run behind the languages like solve in Java or solve in Python. Just clear with the approach and the logic. You, if you are clear with the logic, then you can implement in any language. Okay, in Java you can implement, in Python you can implement. Okay, the logics remain the same, but there is a syntax difference. Okay, clear guys? Okay, so first we have to take the value of n as an input. Okay, that is the number of elements. Okay, then we will take the elements of the array. Arr is equals to list map int comma input dot split. Okay, so this is the input format. Okay, this is the input format. Okay, so after taking the input, what we have to do is we have to sort the given array. Okay, so arr dot sort. Okay, so this is the inbuilt method in Python to sort the array. Okay, so this is for sorting the array. Okay, then I will take a variable called answer that is initialized to 0. Okay, then we have to traverse in the array for I in range 1 to n. Okay, then in answer we have to add the absolute difference, that is arr of I minus arr of I minus 1. Okay, and at the last we have to print the answer. Clear guys? So let's test that out. Okay, so let's take n value is 3 and the elements are 1, 3 and 2. So you can see output is 2 because 1, 3, 2, after sorting it becomes 1, 2 and 3, and the absolute difference is 2 guys. Okay, so for, you can see n value is 3. Okay, and elements are 1, 3 and 2. Okay, so after sorting it becomes 1, 2 and 3. Then the absolute difference between the elements are like 2 minus 1 plus 3 minus 2. Okay, that is 1 plus 1, that is equals to 2. That's why here the answer is 2. Clear guys? Any doubts guys? Any doubts guys? Any doubts guys? Yes, no, anything? Guys, if you have any doubts in the first question, just ask right now, else we can move to the next question. So the solution and the question of the PPTs are all will be provided after the live class. Okay, so after the live class we will provide the question as well as the solution in both the languages, that is Python and Java. Okay guys, clear? Any doubts? If you have any doubts in the first question, guys, just ask right now. Do I have to do the option of CPP2? No. There is only two options. Like if you select cluster 1, you have to solve the question in Java. If you select cluster 2, then you have to solve in Python. Is there will be coding question or technical? There will be coding in cluster 1. There will be coding question, queries, and no MCQs. And in cluster 2, there will be coding question as well as the MCQs. Okay, so choose wisely. Okay, if you are comfortable with Python and SQL, then go for cluster 2. If you are comfortable with Java, then go for cluster 1. Okay, because cluster selection is the most important thing. If you if you have selected a long cluster, then you are out of the race. Okay, so choose wisely. Okay, clear, guys? Okay, any doubts in the first question, guys? In coding we have to write the whole code or just the function? I guess it is totally dependent upon the Cognizant team, because this is the first time Cognizant have included the coding question in the hiring process. So we can expect you have to only code the function. Okay, but that is only dependent upon the Cognizant team. Okay, so this is the first year they have introduced the cluster things, because in the previous year there is no clusters. Okay, you can opt for any. So we most probably you have to write only the function, but again that is totally dependent upon the Cognizant team. Okay, so prepare accordingly. Okay, okay, guys. Any doubts, guys? If you have any doubts regarding cluster 1, cluster 2, and the first coding question, just ask right now. Else we can move to the next question. If you have any doubts in the coding question, guys, just ask right now. Else we can move to the next question. Okay, so yeah, let's start the second question. Okay, yeah, so this is the second question. Okay, so first we will read out the question. The problem statement is you are given an integer k and two numbers a and b. You need to count the occurrence of the given digit k in the range a and b. Okay, so this is the problem statement. The note here is you need to count occurrence at every place of the number. This is the most important thing. Next, you also need to include the lower and the higher limits of the given range. Okay, so the input is first line contains the value of k, a, and b. Okay, so in the question what we are given is we are given three integers, that is k, a, and b. Okay, so you have to count the occurrence of the digit k in the range a to b. Okay, and a and b are also included in the range. This is the note that is given in the question. Okay, so you have to include a and b as well. No, there is no constraint in the question. Okay, so let's take the example. So 1 and 15. Okay, so here k value is 3, a value is 1, and b value is 15. Okay, so these are the things that are given in the input. So we have to count the occurrence of the digit k in the range 1 to 15. Okay, so 1 to 15 consists of number like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. Okay, so these are the numbers we are given in the range a and b, and we have to count the occurrence of the three in the numbers. Okay, you can see this is the one occurrence of 3, then next occurrence of 3 is here, Okay, so the answer for this test case is 2, because 3 has appeared 2 times in the range. In between 1 to 15, 3 is appearing 2 times. You can see 3 here and 3 in the 13 part. Okay, so that's why the answer for this test case is 2. Okay, clear guys? Any doubts in the question? Let's take one more example. Let's say k is equals to 3 and a value is 1 and b value is 40. What is the answer, guys? Just put your answer in the chat. What is the answer for this test case? Yes, Parth, we can do that as well. Yeah, that is also a correct approach. What is the answer for this test case, guys? K value is 3 and the range is 1 to 40. What is the answer for this test case, guys? Just put your answer in the chat. What is the answer for this test case, guys? Just put your answer in the chat. What is the answer for this test case? K value is given as 3 and the range is a is equals to 1 and b is equals to 40. What is the answer for this test case? Just put your answer in the chat, guys. I'm waiting for your answers. What is the answer for this test case? 13. Okay, 5. I got 2 answers, 13 and 5. Anything else, guys? What is the answer for this test case, guys? I'm waiting for your answers. 14. Okay. Anything else, guys? Okay. Okay, so let's see. So the range given is 1 to 40 and we have to count the occurrence of 3. Okay, so you can see first 3 will come at 3, then 13, okay, then 23, then you can see 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Okay, so this is the range. Okay, you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. So our correct answer for this test case is 14. You have to count each occurrences. Okay, so in 33 we have to count 2 times. We don't have to count 1 times because we have to count the occurrence of 3 is appearing 2 times. That's why here we have to take the count as 2, not 1. Okay, we do not take 1, we will take the 2 because 2 is appearing 2 times. And also it is mentioned in the question like you need to count occurrence at every place of the number. Okay, just see the question, guys. You need to count the occurrence at every place of the number. This is the important note in the question. Okay. So therefore, the answer for this test case is 14. Yes, 14 is the correct answer for this test case. Clear, guys? Clear, guys? Any doubts like how we are getting 14 as an answer? Any doubts? Okay. Okay. The question is clear and the approach is also clear, guys, like how we are solving this question. Okay. Yeah, just wait. We will solve next coding question, next SQL question. Okay. So like we in today's class, we will be solve like 2 question and 1 SQL query. Okay. The question is clear, guys. Okay. So like I'm giving you like 5 minutes for this question. Okay. Just put your answer in the chat. Okay. Solve in either you can solve the question in Python or Java. Okay. Just try to solve the question in Python and Java and put your answer in the chat. Okay. I am giving you 5 minutes for this question. Okay. Just start solving the question in either language, either Python or Java, and put your answer in the comments. Okay. And the time for this question is 5 minutes. I'm giving you 5 minutes for this question. Just start solving this question. Okay. Either you can solve in Java or Python and put your answer in the comments. Okay. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay. You can solve either in Java or Python and put your answer in the chat. Guys, I'm waiting for the answer. Just put your answer in the chat. Either you can solve in Java and Python. Just put your answer in the chat, guys. Okay, so like this is the question. Okay, let me clean out for you guys. This is the question, guys. Guys, I'm waiting for your answer. Just put your answer in the chat. Either you can solve in Java or Python. I'm waiting for your answers, guys. Guys, I'm waiting for your answers. Just put your answer in the comment section. Okay. Occurrence means the frequency. Okay, like the count. Okay, so let's say our number is 213, and if I ask you like what is the occurrence of 3, that is the count, that is the count, that is 1, because 2 is appearing one times, and the occurrence of 1 is 1 because 1 is appearing also one time, and the occurrence of 3 is also 1. Okay, so the occurrence means the count or the frequency, that how many times it is appearing. Okay. Clear? Clear, guys? Okay, just put your answer in the chat, guys. I'm waiting for your answers. What is the answer? Like, just put your answer in the chat. Like, either you can solve in Java or Python. Cannot write whole code in the YouTube comment. Okay, so just try to put approach. Like, what was your approach? Okay, if you are not able to paste the code in the comment section, like just try to put your approach in the chat, like how you have solved this question. Okay, given the get link. Okay, that's great. Okay, so where is the get link? Okay, where is the git link? I'm not able to see the git link. Okay, take a function and with the while loop, we can do it by taking the remainder and check if with the current number with this k. Okay, that is correct. I'm not able to see the git link. Okay, so can you put it like again? I'm not able to find the git link in the chat. Okay, yes, Saurabh, your approach is correct. Guys, I'm waiting for your answers. Just try to put your approach in the chat, like how you have solved this question. Okay, like one number greater. Yes, yes, that is correct. Like you, while num is greater than zero, you have to take the modulus and take the last digit, and you can compare the last digit with the k value. And if the digits are equal, then you have to increment the count. Okay, that is correct, Saurabh. Okay, okay, correct path. Like what's the next? Okay, what's the next, guys? Guys, I'm waiting for your answers. And count occurrence KAB count is equals to 0 for num less than num string 2 string count str count num yes, that is correct, Saurabh. Count is equals to n modulus 10 is equals to 2 count plus 1 count n is equals to n by 10. Yes, that is correct, Ganesh, like for calculating the occurrences of the digit. That is correct. And for every number that is in the range a and b, you have to do this thing like count is equals to n mod 2 and like that. Okay, for every number in the range a to b. Yes, yeah, yeah, that is also correct. We can convert the number to string and then we can like linearly traverse in the string, and we can do that as well. That is also correct, sort of. Okay, so yeah, so let's implement the same in Python. Okay. Okay, so right now I'm solving the question in Python, but like I will provide the solution in Java and Python after the live class. Okay. Yeah. So first we have to take the value of k as an input, that is int of input. Okay, then a is equals to int of input. Okay, then b is equals to int of input. Okay, so this is the input thing, that is k, a and b. Okay, then I will take a variable answer that is initialized to 0 for I in range a to b plus 1. Okay, so we'll be doing b plus 1 here because we have to include b as well in the range. Okay, because in the question it is mentioned that you have to take the lower and the higher limit as well. That's why we'll be taking from a to b plus 1. No, in Cognizant, either you have to solve in Java if you select cluster 1, or you have to solve in Python if you select cluster 2. No CPP. Okay. Yes, CPP is not allowed. If you select cluster 1, then you have to solve in Java. If you select cluster 2, then you have to solve in Python. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So after traversing in the range, what I will do is I will convert the given number from integer to string, that is str of I. Okay, then answer plus equals to st dot, I am using inbuilt count function to count the occurrence, okay, in the given string. St dot count of str of k. Okay, and at the last I'll be printing answer. So this is the simple solution. Okay, so what I have done is I have taken three element as an input, that is k, a and b, and I have taken a variable answer to store our final answer. Okay, then I have traversed in the range from a to b plus 1. Okay, so then what I have done is I will convert the given number to string, and in the string we have to count, I will count the occurrence of the k. Okay, and at the last I'll be printing answer. Okay, Java and C++ is almost same, just we have to write more in Java. Yes, yeah, C++ in Java is like similar, but in Java you have to do some extra stuff. Okay, clear guys? Any doubts in the second question? Yeah, yes, next we'll be solving one SQL queries. Okay, clear? Any doubts in the coding question? That is the first question and the second question. Else we can move to the next SQL query part.
Lokesh mentioned one point that candidates have to focus on cloud MCQ as well as the web UI part.
Okay, yeah. So if you select cluster 1, then 85% of the question is from Java and SQL, and remaining 15 is from web UI, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you have to prepare really well for Java and the SQL. That is the most important thing. And at the last, you can focus on the web UI question, because 85% of the question is from Java and SQL. So you have to focus more on Java, and you have to like the for the remaining 15% you have to prepare for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, and in cluster 2 we have like 65% of the question is from SQL, so you have to prepare really well for the SQL part. Okay, because almost like 65% of the question is from SQL, and the remaining part is from Python and the cloud MCQs. Okay, so Python coding question is remains the same, and for the cloud MCQs I will recommend you for the Send Foundry, Geeks for Geeks, and there are many other websites that are available where the cloud MCQs are there. So just try to solve, just try to read or solve the daily MCQs of cloud section from there. Okay. So Marianne saying that MCQ can be asked and not code for Gen Z. It is true. No, they have clearly mentioned, like you can see. You can see in cluster 1 coding Java, query NC-SQL and MySQL, and coding web UI. Okay, and in cluster 2 that coding is there in Python, and the query part in SQL, and MCQs is only there in the cloud part. Okay, So there are only MCQs in cluster 1. Cluster 2, there is no MCQs in cluster 1. Okay, yes, this level of question is more than sufficient path. Okay, okay, you can clearly see there are only MCQ that is based upon cloud in cluster 2 only. Okay, in cluster 2 there are like some MCQs of cloud, but in cluster 1 there is no MCQs, not a single MCQs in cluster 1. Okay, clear guys? Okay, yeah, so let's solve the coding, like the query part. Okay, so for the query part, what they will give you is they will give you a like the table structure like this. Okay, they will give you like the structure of the table, like what is the name of the table and what are the field and the data type. Okay, okay, so in query part, that is in section 2. Okay, so what they will give is they will give you a structure of the table and they will ask you a query like in this example, query all the cities with the population larger than 10,000 and country code name contains the word FE and in any position. Okay, so in SQL query, in the second section, that is in SQL part, what they will do is they will give you a schema, that is a table structure. Okay, and they will ask you to write a query to achieve something. Okay, so in this case, we have to like query all the cities whose population is greater than 10,000 and the country code name contains the word FE in any position. Sir, please tell how to prepare for SQL. I don't know about it. Okay, for the SQL part, okay, first try to learn the like the basic syntax and the structure. Okay, so in SQL we have DDL, DML, DDL, DML, and DCL. Okay, so these are the three pillars of SQL. So first try to learn each section, that is DDL, DML, and DCL. Okay, then you can follow the conditional statement, like the where clause in the SQL. Then you have to write the inbuilt functions. Okay, there are many inbuilt function in SQL. Then you have to then the next topic will be joins, then the views. Okay, so there are many topics in SQL. First try to learn the topics. Okay, if you are clear with the concept, then only you can write the query. If you don't know about like what is where clause, what is min function, max function, average function, how to join two tables, if you don't know about like SQL part, then you are not able to write the query. Okay, so first the most important thing is you have to learn about the topics. Okay, like what is the joins, what is the views, what is the function in SQL, how to write a where clause. Okay, what is group by. Okay, so these are the things you need to know. First you have to study that, and then after studying, what you have to do is you have to go to the HackerRank section. Okay, in the HackerRank section there is a SQL question. Okay, if first you have to learn all the topics. Okay, then after learning the topics, you have to go to the HackerRank SQL section and you have to solve the question. Okay, daily you can solve like 1 to 2 SQL queries. Okay, and you are good to go for the examination. Okay, so the first important thing for the SQL part is just try to learn the concept first. If you know the concept, then you are good to go for the SQL query. Okay, and if you don't know about like what is the where clause, what is the group by, what is union all, what are the different functions, then you are not able to write the query. Okay, so
There,
first yeah.
yeah, there are so many YouTube channels like Apna College and Code with Harry YouTube channel. So there are so many YouTube channel that already made videos of SQL. Okay, like a complete SQL in which they mention all the topics. So just to see the syllabus of SQL, okay, and understand the topic and check all the topics. What are the important thing that is used? What are the concepts? Then you have to solve the questions on the hacker rank. Yes, Lokesh, continue. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So first try to learn the concept, then only after practicing the question in SQL of the HackerRank. Okay, that is the complete thing for the SQL part. No big deal. Okay, first try to learn the concept from YouTube channel, Geeks for Geeks. There are different websites as well. Okay, first try to learn the concepts and then solve the like 1 to 2 daily question on HackerRank, and you are good to go for the examination. That is the clear funda for SQL part. No big deal for SQL. Okay, clear. Clear, guys? Clear, guys? Okay. So like this the question, you can expect these type of question in your examination. Okay, so what they will do is they will give you a table structure. Okay, so you can see here the city is the table, and these are the fields of the table like id, name, country code, distinct, district, and the population. And the data type is also there, like id is of type number, name is of type varchar, that is a string, country code is also a varchar type. Okay, district is also type varchar, and population is also number. Okay, so what in the examination they will give you a table structure like this. Okay, and they will ask you to write a query to achieve this result. Okay, so in the example what we have to do is we will have to query all the columns of the city table where population is larger than this number and the country name contains the word fe in any position. Okay, so this is the condition, like they will give you a table structure like this. Okay, and they will ask you to write a query for this thing. Okay, select star from city where population is greater than 10,000, country code. No, Saurabh, you are missing one important thing. Your query is almost correct, but you are missing one important thing. Okay, your query is almost correct, I can say like 90% is your query is correct, but you are missing a one important thing. Okay, okay, it's guys, like how like we can solve this query, like if you know about this thing, like just put your answer in the chat. Like, okay, we have to query all the columns of the city table where population is greater than this thing and country name contains the word fe in any position. Okay, if you know SQL, just try to solve the question and put your answer in the chat. Like I'm giving you like 5 minutes for this, else I will like tell you the answer. Like yes, yes, correct. Now your query is correct. Yes, like operator. This is the important thing, guys. Okay, so these are like the basics thing. You need to know about the basic thing. Then if you know the basics of SQL, then you can write the query. Okay. So just like Saurabh has written like 90% of the queries correct, but he forgot to mention the important thing, that is the like operator. Okay, he have like he has used like equal instead of like operator, so his query will not give you the correct answer. Okay, so like the basis thing, like operator we have to use in the query. Okay, Saurabh, you need to like is the important thing. Like if you are like playing with the wildcards, like if the question is asking about like the wildcards, like the word contains in the start, in the and, in the middle, so you have to use the like operator. Okay, so these are the basic concepts of SQL. That's why I'm saying first try to learn the concept. If you know the concept, then you will write the query in a very easy way. Okay, guys, clear, guys? Okay, so yeah, so like how what we have to do is we have to query all columns where population greater than 10,000 and city name contains, sorry, country code, sorry, not city name, country code contains fe in any position. Okay, so this is the question. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to first query all the city where population is greater than 10,000. So population greater than 10,000, this is the one thing. Next, country code contains FE in any position. Okay, so what we will write is select star from city where population greater than 10,000 and, okay, we have to use the and operator because it is asking for query all the columns with where population greater than 10,000 and country code contains the name FE in any position. Okay, so that's why we'll be using and operator here. Okay, so that's why it is asking for both of the condition, that's why we'll be using and operator. Okay, so select star from country where population is greater than 10,000 and country code like, we do not have to use equal operator, instead we have to use like operator because it is asking for any position. Okay, that's why we'll be using like operator where country code like it is asking for any position, that's why you have to write percentage sign in the start and the and what is a string, that is f and e, so that's why we'll be write f and e. Okay, so select star from city where population greater than 10,000 and country code like FE. Okay, so this is the complete query for this part. Okay, so here the main important thing is the like operator. The important thing in the question is the like operator and this and operator. Okay, these are two operators. Okay, and also like while wildcard characters. So just read about this concept. This is the most important concept in SQL. Okay, so just read about these articles. Okay, just like search on Google like what are the wildcard characters. Okay, then you are good to go. Okay, so the important thing for this question is like operators, like how to use the like operator, as like Saurav have written the query like almost correct, but he have missed a small thing, like instead of equal we have to use the like operator. Okay, so these are the small things that you need to like keep in mind while you are writing your queries. Okay, so the important thing is the wildcard and the wildcard characters. Okay, this is the concept, you have to learn about this concept, and the important thing is the like operator and the and operator. So what if fe is the first two character of the string? Okay, that's why we are return percentage. Percentage means in any position, maybe it will in the start, maybe it will in the in the middle, maybe it will at the end. That's why we have used the percentage operator, like the percentage, like it will contain in any position. Okay, clear guys? So for the SQL part, again, I'm telling you, just first learn the concept. If you are clear with your basics of SQL and the concept, then you are good to go. If you don't know about like what is the like operator, how to use like operator, and what is the constraints, like what is the joins and everything, then you are not able to write the query. Okay, so that's why I'm suggesting you first try to learn the concept of SQL. Just try to learn the basic SQL from W3 schools. Okay, I will recommend you W3 schools is the most like the most easy website you can see. Okay, there is a section in W3 schools of the SQL part. Just try to learn, like just try to read all the sections of SQL of the W3 school. Okay, then after practice question from SQL and you are good to go for the SQL part. Yeah, that is also correct. But some version of SQL that doesn't support contains. So that's why on the safer side, just you use the like operator. For the SQL part, I'm telling you W3 schools. W3 schools, that is the one platform only for SQL part. Okay, there is a section in SQL part. Okay, in W3 website, just try to learn, just try to read all the sections of SQL in W3 schools, and then only just try to solve the question from HackerRank SQL section, and you are good to go. Okay, and in YouTube there are also different like webs, like different YouTube channels, I can say, Apna College is also there. Okay, and also you can search, like there are many videos available on YouTube, you can learn from any video. Okay, but the important thing is, if you are like the person who is like fond of reading the articles, then I am telling you like W3 school is the most important thing. Okay, I have also learned the SQL from W3 schools only. Okay, I haven't watched any like YouTube videos. W3 school is more than enough. Okay, so in W3 school, just open SQL part and just try to learn the concept. They have explained you in a very easy way. Just try to learn the concept and then go to the HackerRank and solve the question, and you are good to go for the SQL part. Okay, clear, guys? Like if you have any doubts in today's class, like in the first question, second question, and the SQL part, then just ask right now, else we are good to go for today's class. If you have any doubts in the first question, second question, or the SQL part, just ask right now, else we can do. Sir, what about web UI? Okay, for the web UI, I will suggest you from the hacker and you can practice. Okay, in web UI, you can expect question like they will give you a structure like create a button and write a JavaScript function. Like when I click on button, then it will show hello world, something like that. You can expect the question in web UI. Okay, for the web UI again, W3 schools is more than enough for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
Guys, if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask in the comment section. We are here for next 2 to 3 minutes. Lokesh, is my screen is visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So guys, we are putting lot of efforts for all of you. Just to see this playlist, Cognizant 2024 hiring. We shared the updated exam pattern and syllabus, free resources, technical assessment overview of cluster 1, cluster 2, aptitude questions and answer, okay, of previous year. And today we completed the coding and SQL question. So we are really putting lot of efforts for all of you. So like and share the session as well as share with your friends, because we are continuing this free series on our online learning YouTube channel. As you can see on my screen that for Accenture we made 15 videos, and like for Accenture free interview preparation we have videos. Okay, so for like most of the company we covered lot of videos for all of you. In the TCS you can see that like 48 videos are there. So all the videos are free. Okay, we are sharing the free preparation series with all of you. So we want support from all of you. Okay, share this series with your friends. We are also working professional. Okay, we are also from tier 3 college and faced a lot of problems at time of placements. That's why we are here, that you guys will get the best placement opportunity in your recent placement time. Okay, sir, you are doing great. A good start for those who need to polish their skill. Okay, whether MCA is eligible to apply. Basically, they mention BE BTech can apply for the opportunity. They not mention MCA, so we have to wait for MCA hiring, and we have to wait for off-campus hiring as well. Okay, this time they comes in on campus. Okay, but we have to wait for off-campus hiring. Thank you so much, Saurav. And thank you so much, everyone. You are also joining the live session on daily basis. Okay, you are watching from like 1 hour, and thank you so much, Lokesh. You are putting lot of efforts for candidates on daily basis. So guys, if you have any kind of query, you can ask. Otherwise, we will good to go. We have hiring opportunity from Rupik, Hexaware, as well as Team Geek. Okay, Newton School. Soon I will share video with all of you, because the package is 7 LPA. Okay, and the opportunity is also good. That is related to software development engineer. Okay, So I suggest you to check the recent hirings on our channel. Okay, that will definitely helpful for you. Just to see that these are the videos. Okay, these are the videos of recent hiring. Accenture is also hiring. Deloitte is hiring. ThoughtWorks is hiring. So many companies is hiring. You have to put you have to update it on daily basis. Okay. So if you have any queries, you can ask. Otherwise, we will good to go for today's session. We will meet in the next session. Okay, Lokesh. So we can continue the live session tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much again.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.